So at this time, not only one has received this precious human body, that which is extremely difficult to achieve. One has achieved at this time. I think even scientifically, if it's questioned, even scientifically question that how it happened that in the oceans, you see, what's called that fish? I don't know the size. Maybe that is size. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe that is size. That one kind of long but not so fat. That goes in the groups, that goes small like there's something, but there goes so many together in a whole. I don't know, whole bunch. Maybe there, I don't know how many, probably many 100,000, the whole group that goes like this round, huh? That see, they kind of Sadis. No. So many ghost group, like yes. They go like this, turn around, you see, like that. So many together, It's Sadis. His name is Sadis. Anyway, just even that in the water is numberless. Just if you think of just that, it's that fish, just numberless, Sometimes in the America, where I was staying, where I live, so go to the with other lamas go to the beach, geishas or some geishas come up to take the. Not often, but in the beach. So it's a 5-minute drive to the ocean. So there's a beach. There's a bridge, where people go just walk. I'm not sure what the end. I don't remember something. And where people who are doing fishing, they carry their things and then. To fishing from the bridge down. See. So anyway, so sometimes go there to the tsatsa on the water, with the mantra, go to the beach, but you see, but to use the time for the to the tsatsa on the water, one time, a few years ago, when I was in Singapore, gave Metupa great initiation to that, and so explained the benefits of the Metupa mantra, how powerful it is, and that that one of the powerful mantra to purify negative karma that makes to be reborn the lower realms. So see there, one of the powerful, practice on that that by the mantra you write and then rub on when the person is dying or dead already, put the mantra on the body, touch the mantra on the body. Let's see, rub it, rub, yeah, on the body. Meaning we touch the mantra on the body, and and putting the mantra on the head, on the dead bodies on the head, and so just touching the mantra on the body purifies the negative karma and the person, the causes to receive higher birth, double human birth, and putting on the head of the person. Even already died persons on the body, and recite the mantra. Then you blow the water or sand or mustard seeds. Then you sprinkle on the dead body, person who died, or you sprinkle on the graveyard, on the place where the body was already burned, on there, or even the graveyard. So it purifies the persons. It purifies that person who died. You see, negative karma get purified and it causes to have good birth and things like that. And then the other special things that when the person is dying, if the person see the mantra of Metupa, then the person doesn't get reborn the lower realms. It becomes a great purification. Just seeing the mantra at the time of death, we see. Then that doesn't get reborn the lower realms, and so it purifies the very heavy karma, having abandoned holy dharma. The one which I mentioned during the compassion practice, that heavier than having destroyed all the temples, all the statues, stupas, scriptures, everything, all the holy objects that which exist in this world, much is heavier than having destroyed all those objects. See, having abandoned all the Dharma. So by singing this mantra, it purifies even those karmas, and then not a very heavy karma that having received pollution from Sangha, sustained by that, or the without permission, then taking these Sangha things, belongings that which is offered that are offered by other people with the devotions. So those heavy karmas get purified. Particularly these last ones, these very, very heavy ones get purified. So our suggestion, along that, our suggestion to people that during the initiation, so it is very useful to the mantra to make block, and then when you go to the beach, you see to print on the water. So here this same like there's many of those other benefits. Here the mantra touches the water and water gets blessed. Then the water purifies those numberless animals, insects that live in the water. So all that river, all that lake, ocean, so that get blessed and then purifies all those numberless beings who are inside the water. So I was suggesting them. So then I, after a few months, I don't know, after a few months, when I arrived in the United States, somebody, I don't know who did that, somebody sponsored a rubber stamp, one of the zinc, one of the rubber stamp, with the Michiko mantra, and with the box, and then the rubber, mantra, Michiko mantra with the rubber, and one zinc. One is you can read it. One is the opposite. So if you're going to print, you can print on the paper. You see, because there it's opposite the other side. You see, so if you ink, you can print. So anyway, so our suggestion that then makes you very worthwhile when you go to the beach to do this practice. To bless the water and purify all this and then make the water. So then anyway, so after a few months, I don't know who sent it. I got this box. We're very well made with the ropes, the mantra to tie with the ropes. And the rope, actually, I think with the ropes, exactly fitted. So when we went to the bridge, from above the bridge, there's even enough just reach in the ocean. You see, so like that. Somebody sponsored this and sent to me. So we use this time to time when we go to the beach. So beginnings there was anyway, we went to do not on the bridge. We went to the corner of the water where you can see some part of the ocean that comes on the surface. But we had one nun. And she kept on doing for a long time. So they didn't give chance to other people to do. So So then I later thought, okay, each person must do one hand hold mala. So at the same time, you see, at the same time, chant mantra. So you see, one mala finished, then pass the next person. So what was it? The others have to wait a long time. So anyway, that thought came just by, that yeah. So when we went there to do, at the beginning you don't see, you don't see well, but when you watch carefully from the bridge, because sometimes sun, sometimes you don't see, but you see when there's darkness, depending, see there's shades, and you look, well, in the water, there's full of this small fish, completely full in the ocean. So many, that. Anyway, before I go ahead, I want to mention this. Since I brought this talk, one Chinese person from Hong Kong who's working for Material Project, he wanted to Namgyalma mantra, which is unbelievable powerful. I think bigger than this table. Maybe the size of this tanka. Perhaps maybe even wider. Namgyalma mantra was written by somebody, but it need to be corrected. So he brought me to correct. I had a Namgyalma mantra many years ago. In the not nowadays, but before, it's true. There was time that I was involved. They say Namgyalma mantra anyway. So the long mantra. Recited for people who passed away. It's got very, very powerful to purify the karma of somebody who passed away. It's very powerful to recite this. There's unbelievable benefits of this mantra. So that I say. That one time Lama and myself went South India. I think maybe for teachings. I think maybe to receive teaching from His Holiness Lama Rinpoche. I think 7 pounds of transformation. I think a deepening monastery. Maybe then there might be something else. Anyway, so one day went to see. It was a Lama's root guru. His own son, which is a Lama's root guru as well. So both of us went to see Rinpoche in his house in the Mount God. So His Holiness Rinpoche was giving us interview, but at the same time, Rinpoche was doing his practice and doing his chanting, doing meditation. Rinpoche usually on the bed, usually the manifestation is that legs stretch, the cover the monk's coat, you see. Then they give interview normally like that. Also during pujas, during the initiations, I think also usually don't cross like sit like this. So it's easy. I think when you do the, for example, Vajrayana, the Hiroshi, when you do the invocation fame, with the sound, so your left toe, on your right leg toe, you see, like this. So that's how the leg has to be in that position. And when you do that, so the Rinpoche always, like this, a bit stretch out like that, you see. And that's the position how Rinpoche numbers, I think, sit like that. So anyway, so in the middle of the conversation, Rinpoche said that Rinpoche explained to us what he was doing. Then he said that he said, I'm reciting Namgyalma mantra because I receive a request, offerings. So money means money offering, money offerings, offerings from the 10 directions. People requesting people who died and living from 10 directions, from world, requesting to asking to pray, make send offering. So therefore, I'm reciting the Namgyalma mantra. Which was saying that people think this is only for long life, but it's not. It's very powerful for purification. Which said that. So anyway, after that, tried to. There was time that I should recite the mantra. So people say died like that. So anyway. Met one man in Hong Kong around those time, Chinese man who practices who practice so much Namgyalma. I just met. Then he showed me his mantra, which is there's some extra mantras there in his text. So I added that. So see, if it's missing, then it's worse. So that I say. And you see, in the text, by Buddha explained that if you have the Namgyalma mantra in the house, then the whole house get blessed, and all the people living in the house get purified. The next karma get purified. Even if it's inside the banner, then even the shadow of the banner, whomever the shadow touches, those sentient beings karma get purified. And then if the Namgyalma mantra is on top of the hill, on the top of the mountain, if it's on the top of the mountain, then people and animals who are on that mountain, who are walking, on that mountain, then the karmas get purified. So, they are so many benefits are explained. So, I don't know, the Chinese student who is working for Mitsya project, I don't know from where he heard the benefits of Namgyal mantra, but this is what he wanted to do. So that size, carved Namgyal mantra, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what material, iron or I'm not sure. However, he want I think his enjoyment, his entertainment or enjoyment is to dive. He likes to dive, go inside the water. See, in the ocean. So he bring down this very large mantra down the ocean. So he sees some old ruined, ships. It's not ship, yeah. All the broken ships, the poles like that. So he want to put this into the water, the mantra, to benefit for all the fish, to bless the water, and so the fish will go around. They also touch, go around and to bless the water, to purify. Which is a great idea. He was going to take some stupas. He was going to take some stupas down there, and he tie with the post into the water. See, going to stabilize. See, so to benefit the fish. I mean, the stupa also if stupa touch the water, of course, the water gets blessed because of the powerful mantras inside, and so this Dharmakaya relic mantra, the highest among the relics. There are 3 different types of relics. The highest relic is the Dharmakaya relic, which is the mantra. So so secret relic, and then there's stainless beam datus mantra, and then there's ornaments of enlightenment, and then there's maybe the stainless pinnacle datus mantra. So these are these mantras are normally written on the live tree. Normally written with gold on the live tree. That goes inside of statue of Buddha or stupa, written with gold, actual gold. So that gives unbelievable, limitless skies of, it gives unbelievable power to the whole object. The whole object, the statue, stupa, is, itself is a holy object that even without the mantra inside, it has power that any sentient being without the motivation being virtue, even it's a self-cherishing thought, attachment, clinging to this life, seeking only happiness in this life, or anger, jealousness, even the motivation total non-virtue, but drawing prostration, offering, circumambulation to these whole objects, you see, immediately become cause to achieve enlightenment, liberation from samsara, and happiness of future lives. Good rebirth, Deva human rebirth, next lives, and all those happiness of future lives. So that means no. That means that no question held long life. You see the prosperity and all the things. That is all the things of this life. It just comes by the way. So by the power of the whole object, you see. So even without the mantra, there are by making those shapes, the shape of Buddha, the stupa represent the holy mind there, which receive the label stupa and which receive the label statue Buddha. So a correct base which receive the correct label, the Buddha statue, the stupa or things that you see. So that it is already incredible power, that without even the motivation of total non-virtue, the motivation of the act, second bleeding, prostration, offering, even is total non-virtue, but the action becomes virtue. Even the cause of enlightenment, the highest, among the not only cause of temporal happiness, but ultimate happiness, even among the ultimate happiness in the full enlightenment. So therefore, it only has power, to affect these sentient beings. I say, so unbelievably easy to purify the karma, and to affect the mind, and to the action become cause of enlightenment. Is the highest cause of highest success, greatest success of happiness. But by having this, so besides that, by having these mantras inside, original the gold on the life tree, then gives much more, 100,000, millions, much more powerful. Already is powerful, but it's on top of that, incredible powerful to purify sentiment karma, to collect the extends merit, all that, you see. So by having the first mantra, secret relic mantra, by having that mantra, even one, inside the statue, inside the stupa, then anybody who, not only people, even insects, you see, go around just once, it has so much power. It purifies the karma of that sentient being, which causes to reincarnate. All the eight hot hells, all the eight hot hells. So the karma which causes to reincarnate in all the eight hot hells completely get purified. So just one time go around that stupa containing this mantra, and then once you did the circumambulation to the stupa, it directs your life towards enlightenment. You see, from now, towards enlightenment. So that mantra has that power. There's so many other benefits, but I've just mentioned just one or two. Then there's the stainless pinnacle deities mantra. So if you have that inside the whole object, even one, then it gives so much power. Anybody who do one circumambulation, one offering, one prostration to that stupa, you see, it purifies immediately the the five negative karma, the very heavy negative karma without interruption of another life, that which causes to reincarnate in the heaviest, the hell realms, those among the hot hells, the heaviest one. You see, the last, the very bottom last one, the unbearable hot hell realm, Yawanarme. So, which causes to be one day experience one intermediate eon, so like that, for incredible, unconceivable length of time. You see, so completely get purified. They killed father, mother, harmed killed arhat, then harmed, caused blood to the Buddha, and caused disunity among the Aryan Sanghas, ordinary Sanghas. You see, those having it come so completely get purified. Just by doing one prostration, one offering, one circumambulation to the, you see, whole object containing this mantra, so like that, then cause becomes cause of long life, and there are many other benefits. One makes to be born in Pure Land of Buddha, and so many other things. And then there's stainless beam deities mantra. So if you have this mantra inside the stupa or statue, then how powerful it is that if you see somebody offer a bell to that stupa, then you see anybody in that area, animals, people, anybody who hear the sound of the bell that is connected to that stupa containing the stainless beam deities mantra, then anyone, animals, people who are in the area who is able to hear the sound of the bell, just by hearing the sound of the bell, they need karma. Kill the father, mother, arhat, harm Buddha, cause disunity among the sanghas. Those 5 unintegrated karma, those very heavy karma, immediately get purified by the power of the sound bell, which is power of that mantra, inside the stupa. So bell is connected to that stupa which contains this mantra. So like that, then but each one has amazing, unimaginable benefit. By Buddha explained in sutra like that. Then there's ornaments of enlightenment. So that mantra, if you put every time when you put that mantra, even it's one, if you put it inside the stupa, then you get the merit having met 100,000 stupa. So you see what is a large stupa, what is small tata stupa. But each time when you put this mantra inside, you get merit having met 100,000 stupa. So that. So say Buddha is say it's all came from Buddha's compassion and the power that is built up. You see, derived from the compassion that embraces us all, the sentient beings. You see, so however, all this you see can say why this mantra so much power is due to Buddha's kindness. Due to Buddha's completion of all the realizations. Due to Buddha's power, and then the root is due to Buddha's compassion to us all sentient beings. You see, to liberate us from no matter how heavy need karma we collect from our side, no matter how difficult, from our side, how difficult to practice Dharma, protect from delusions. But Buddha is so kind, unbelievable kind, compassionate. So, you see, explained, gave these mantras, explained to see, to put it inside the whole objects and print and inside the whole objects for us sentient beings. Unbelievably easy. So, in such short time to purify all of the heavenly karmas collected many lifetimes, and so easy to purify and so easy to collect limitless God's merit and to bring us to enlightenment. To have quick realization. To generate loving. You see, quick way to collect extensive merit so that we can change our mind, we can soften our hearts. By collecting a lot of merit. Then there's possibility to change, soften our heart. You see. To tame our mind and to have realization. See, so that due to Buddha's compassion and trust, and then what do you mean to that? You see, so many ways to so easy. I said so many ways to say many methods. You see, Buddha say. Explained, revealed, transcendent things to have quick realization, to liberate quickly from the oceans of samsara sufferings, all these unimaginable sufferings that no matter how much one do not wish to suffer, no matter how much one do not wish to suffer, but one has to experience, like the hell sufferings, like the human realm, that like the relationship sufferings, and like that see so much pain in the heart, you see of course, comparing hell suffering, the relationship suffering in the human, of course, it is comparing that you are in the, no matter how much we have a human, no matter how heavy problem we have in one experience in human realm, no matter how heavy it is, we're living like we're in pure land, like we're in the pure land of Buddha, compared to the lower realm. You see, those hell realm sufferings. So, no matter how much have a heaviest problem, we human beings have, it's not There are not problems. Like living in the Pure Land like that. See. So all these not problems. All this nothing. Say how how hot it is, how cold it is. It is a say all the hot energy, fire energy, not only the climate hot, but all the fire energy that which is in the human world, if it's compared to one tiny fire spark from the hell realm, all the energy of the fire that is in the human world is air conditioned. It's become very cool air condition, very cooling air condition compared to the one tiny fire spark from the hot hell realm. See, so see we compare like that. So so you see it's nothing. So anyway, comparing like that, nothing. But if we just of course if we just focus, if we just think of one problem of human realm, example, the relationship problem like that, it's like it's like say, living the fire. It's like living the fire. So if you're just looking at itself, so unbearable that you have no space in the mind to think about other things during that time. Completely possessed or completely overwhelmed by that, by the pain, emotion, anger or attachment, or that you have no space for other things. Just suffering, just heart, the mind is just filled with that, and just day and night, and so. So see, and even living in the not only 5-star, 6-star hotel, but even you're living in a 10-star or 100-star hotels, or one is living. You see, jewel palace. Even the whole building is made of jewel. Diamond and gold, and golden steps, and the walls are made of diamond or whatever. Cars are made of what? I'm not sure. The lapis lazuli. Anyway, cars are made of lapis lazuli. So can you imagine? Cars made of lapis lazuli. Then what else? The roofs made of gold. Gold. Yeah. The windows made out of silvers. Doors. And the walls made of diamond. There's toilets. All the toilets made of diamond. Anyway, but with that state of mind, you can't. You can't. See, you don't find any enjoyment. Even you're living like that, you see, can't find any enjoyment. And see. even even the food cost maybe thousands of dollar cost food lunch, thousands of dollar cost lunch or $1 million cost lunch. Anyway, however, you can't enjoy. You see, because mind is living in suffering, mind is living in pain, suffering. So can't. And the dress, even you wear many thousands of dollars dress or $1 million dress, can't enjoy. It's no difference wearing just wearing 10 rupees dress, no difference to the mind. Cannot enjoy. You see, there's no peace, so can't enjoy. But of course, the person, the person who has a very content mind, the person with good heart, has very content mind, very little desire, very content mind, very simple, very content. That person, as often as says Sam. So that even you're living in the heart, grass heart, and there's only what you have is only water to drink. There's so much peace and happiness in the heart, so much enjoyment in the life. The life is so much peace. As often as soon as says in his talk, it's like that. Even wearing ragged clothes, but there's so much peace and happiness in the heart, in their lives. So, so however, now see, before the suffering, what did I say? Before the suffering? Before the suffering. Huh? Precious humanity. I see. That's right. A very delicious fish, I see. Anyway, remember. Huh? Oh, I see. Okay. Huh? Okay. No, what I was talking is this. I was talking about all this power, the mantras has, and the Buddha explained, that what incredible things, what you can do in your life for yourself and for other sentient beings. Buddha has shown us this incredible methods, quickest way to purify, easiest way to purify the karma and collect extension made it cause of happiness, cause of all the happiness that you wish for. And so this is how this is due to, the root is Buddha's root is, you see, this is why man has so much power is due to the power of Buddha. You see, complete all the realizations, free from all the defilements. You see, all the power that you see, perfect power that Buddha has, and all these what drives Buddha has to have all these qualities, all the power, omniscient mind, all this derived by the compassion that embraces us all the sentient beings. So that's what I'm saying. So I was using an example. When you, for example, human beings, one of the problem with human being, relationship problem, when you're suffering of that, how it is. So it's like a hell. In itself, you see, how it's so unbearable. So you see, that's so. Just one problem of human life or human reality. So I was using that as an example, how that you see how much you suffer, and So then you can't enjoy the life during that time. How much wealth you have. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I came to the 5 stars, 6-star hotel, 10-star hotel. The $1 million dress and food and and a house. I mean, and the made of diamond, all that. So that's right. So then you see here you understand what I'm trying to say is more you understand samsara suffering, then you can see how Buddha is so. Then you can see the kindness of Buddha showed us path, to how to get out of it. So more we see true suffering, more we understand the Four Noble Truths, more we see suffering of samsara. You see, more you, more you discover that not that suffering doesn't exist. Suffering doesn't exist, and you visualize suffering. It's not like that. Suffering which exists. You see, that we experience numberless times, but we're not aware. You are suffering, others sentient beings suffering, see. And so so anyway, more we come to know the suffering samsara and the cause, suffering samsara. So then we can, then we can get more devotion to Buddha, more devotion to Buddha, Buddha's qualities, free from suffering, from defilements, all that. And then you see, and that Buddha has revealed us path, all these various, so including that these mantras, which include power, and the Buddha, you see, because we don't have karma to see directly, to actually see Buddha in the aspect of Buddha, we don't have karma. At the moment, only impure karma. So we cannot actually see Buddha. The karma, pure karma, to see Buddha in the aspect of Buddha. To see directly, to see Buddha and circumambulation, make offering, all that, you see. So therefore, Buddha, you see, advised, say, gave this method to make statue, stupa and scripture. Gave this method that we can see, that we can see, and to circumambulation, make offering process of, you see, and also collecting so much merit by making the holy objects, either it's painting or making statue, as it is mentioned in the Lamrim. After the karma, after talking about all this, how the karma is, so once karma is created, the karma is created, whether it's small or heavy. How many eons, how many eons passes, the result never get lost. You have to experience the time when the conditions come together. No choice. There's no, you see, one has to experience what is small or what is, say, heavy karma. So, or small b, you see. So, I say, after explaining all the details of the karma and the suffering results of the karma, then explaining how to purify, the means to purify, the 6 types of method to purify. So one of them is making statue, making holy objects. It is there, so like that, making holy objects and making offerings. It is there in the 6 methods of purification. You see, advice how to purify them. You see, so so like that. So what I'm saying, so Buddha, you see, it is said in the text. So Buddha manifest in, because we don't have karma to see actual Buddha. We have only karma to see holy objects, statues, stupas, sculptures, and then because of that, then because we can see them, we have karma, only that karma then to see the holy objects. So that then you see, we get a chance to collect merit, purify the mind, the karma, call and create extensive merit with these holy objects by sacred, by making offering, prostration, all these things. So Buddha, it is said in the text, Buddha manifests these things into these things. Even though it's a matter of artist, it's a story who made all that. But you see, for example, His Holiness Dalai Lama, or many of those enlightened beings, even though they depend on parents, but you see, it's a manifestation of that Buddha. You see, that generation, you see, that even though it depends on parents and, like that, you see, like a normal birth, you see, like that, depend on parents like that. But actually, this manifestation of that Buddha, you see. So like that, here, so therefore, you see, as Papanga Tejinbo, great enlightened being, Papanga Tejinbo explained in the Liberation Path, as you remember that, I said that these holy objects are, statues, pictures, Buddhas that you have, in your room. They are manifestation Buddha because, and now we see as a statue. But later, when we achieve Mahayana path, the 5 Mahayana path, the path of merit, preparation path, rising path, path of meditation and learning, when we exercise the path of merit, the small, middle, great. When we achieve path of merit, the Mahayana path of merit, the great one, then the statues, they speak to you. Like the statues around Buddha Gaya, the stupa, you see, outside Buddha Gaya stupa, they all spoke to Lama Tisha. It's not only Tara that spoke, that statue there outside. Not only that who spoke to Lama Tisha. Kunyo Lama Rinpoche said, not only that, all the statues outside, that which were at that time there, around stupa, they all spoke to Lama Tisha. So like that. So when your mind is more purified, when your mind is more pure, you reach that level, then all these whole objects communicate, they speak to you, and you are able to communicate. Then it said that when you achieve the iron path, the see, the bodhisattva are in path. When you achieve that, then you see the the sambodhika aspect. Before, yeah, that's right. They start to say, you see the mnemonic aspect. So that, so when you achieve the Arya Bodhisattva path, then your mind is much more purified. So then you see, sambodhika aspect. So therefore, it is said that it is a Buddha manifested in this, manifested in the statues, these holy objects for us, so that to say to yeah, say. Buddha manifests into these holy objects to purify our mind, to collect its extensive merit, like that. And so then through that, then able to have realization, able to transform the mind in the path, by purifying, collecting the merits, by purifying the obstacle for the realization, purifying those, and creating necessary condition, the merits, then the actual body is able to change the mind, and able to change our mind, able to transform our mind path, able to have realization like that. Then only then they're able to seize the defilements, by exercising the path. So that it is explained that it is explained by Buddha in the sutra. Tebe Topkebe Chageto, the sutra of the mudra, generating the power of devotion. There is mentioned the benefits just seeing the just merely seeing the statue Buddha, picture Buddha, and Buddha is explained like this. So you can get, so there, by hearing this, you can get some idea, how it's unbelievable, unexpressible, the benefit. Just merely seeing the statue Buddha, picture Buddha, you see. So, what happens to your mind each time by seeing the whole object? what does it do to your mind? What advantage you get? And so it's just mind blowing that in the sutra, sutra to mudra, generating the power of devotion. There it explained that you collect numberless great merit, merely seeing the statue of the Buddha. Then making extensive offering, various offerings, banners, umbrellas, food, drinks, various extensive offerings to the arhats. How many arhats? Equaling number of the sand grains of the Atlantic Ocean. That means number of arhats making offering. And I think I don't remember the time, the eon for eons, and that I think that also might be the equal number of the the sand grains of the Atlantic Ocean. So making extensive offering to determine number of arhats, equaling the sand grains of the Pacific Ocean, and that means number of eons. So so that much merit, and that so what it's saying is that so this is just unbelievable, how long and how extensive and how many arhats. This number is unbelievable, whom you make offering. But then if you compare that much merit to merely just seeing a statue of Buddha, picture of Buddha, you see just seeing. So this merit is far more, numberless times greater you collect than all the previous one. And then it said in the sutra it said, and then you see, no question, far more numberless greater merit you collect if you actually make offerings and prostrations to these whole objects like that. So you see, now here, so those who have studied Salam, those who have studied, path and grounds, the philosophical path, the 5 paths to achieve arhatship, you see, and arhats, that all the path that one has to proceed and exercise, you see, those are the ordinary path, and then Aryan path, rising path, path of meditation, all the details, then removed the intellectual, the defilements, and first then all the simultaneous, born, the defilements removed. So having removed totally all the seed of delusion, and it might be impossible to grow to rise delusion again. So those arhats who are, totally free from seed, totally free from delusion, karma, free from the samsara. So of course they have skies of qualities, so much realizations, clairvoyance, or so much what they can perform, miracle powers, and so much attainment they have. And for us, if you compare the arhat and ourselves, that for us even to say even to have the first Lamrim realization, realization, say, detachment to this life, by realizing perfect, how this human body is, I say, precious and highly meaningful, and that that one can achieve all those happiness and whatever one wish, and then difficult to find this again, and you see, not only the death is definite, but the death can happen any moment, and at the time of death, nothing can help except only the Dharma. Or what can help to oneself is nothing. At the time of death, nothing. No, say, material possession, friends, even one's body, everything has to be left. So only what can help is Dharma at that time. And then this so by meditating on these subjects, they say, and then also reflecting the lower realm sufferings, related with the karma. So by meditating on these subjects, especially impermanence, that then having first the say the fundamental path, renunciation, Buddhist emptiness, renunciation, and the realization, renunciation. The first one, renunciation to this life, the free mind, the detached mind, the free mind, free from the attachment to cling to this life. So even that is see. Person like me, see, see, even that, see, it's difficult to achieve even that, even to achieve that first realization. So you see like that. So therefore, so when we think like this, then you see arhat. Arhat is amazing. That see, completed the whole 5 part. See, the 5, the reciprocal path. So you see, liberated from samsara, so like this, and no delusion, impossible to rise delusion again, because the seed of the delusions are completely removed. So you see, so it is a incredible object of devotion, it's incredible achievement. What qualities what they have is incredible. So like that. So here, so if you compare to our practice, and it is how difficult to to have to achieve even this beginning path realizations. Then can see the arhat. It's and this is what they're able to achieve is incredible, succeed. You see, so. So therefore, it is mentioned in the Lama teachings that one very poor person has nothing to offer so this person offered a medicinal drink to four just ordinary monk, four ordinary just the sangha, four members, not particular Aryan being who has achieved wisdom directly perceiving emptiness, nothing like that, just ordinary. So having offered medicinal drink to the four monks, due to that karma, next life that person was born as very powerful king in India, king the place called Kashika. So he became very powerful king in Kashika, having so much wealth and power. Just the cause of that result, the karma was just simply offering a medicine drink to four monks. Just that. Here is not talking Aryan, that they are Aryan beings. You see. So just making offering to a sangha, in ordinary sangha, the result is enormous, just unimaginable. So like that, even just very simple offering like this. So can you imagine? Now I'm here making offering to arhats, and how many? And not just one arhat. You see, equivalent number of sand grains of the Atlantic Ocean. So that many arhats making offering, extensive offering. But the offering is extensive offering. So that is that many number of eons. So now you all that much merit, and just merely seeing statue Buddha, picture Buddha, see, merit is far more great. Says you collect numberless great merit. Says merely seeing the statue Buddha, picture Buddha, you see, statue Buddha, you see. So then it says, then no question, you see, numberless merit. I say, one collect numberless great merit with her. I say, eventually one makes prostrations, offerings to them. It says that in the. So Shantideva quoted this. Shantideva used these quotations from the sutra into the Labdu, the teaching, another text. You see that put together by Shantideva. Labdu in the Bodhisattva and other ones Labdu. Which we requested a few years ago to listeners, because I never hear these teachings given. Bodhisattva is given all over the world, but this teaching never heard. You see, so request listeners and listeners gave in Bodh Gaya a few years ago, divided into two upper part beginning and half. You see, 2 years since completed, I think, something like that. But of course, along with that, gave also the Chavtara and then 37 practice, many things I think listeners gave. And so anyway, so in sutras, So very extensive, explanation, all these things, you see, mind-blowing, can't imagine the, benefit of what we get, what we sentient beings get, the merit for this. Can you imagine? That's all this came from, so much, merit that required by just by seeing. So there's completely, you see this, because of Buddha, as I mentioned before, you see, I say, complete the understanding and power, and you see, all that's due to, because of compassion that which embraces us all sentient beings. Never give up us sentient beings, even for one. No matter how evil we are, no matter how we're evil or, say, ignorant, crazy, no matter how much you see evil, say, so, nothing else exists. Think of only oneself, selfish mind, one's own happiness, and just completely overwhelmed by desire, anger, and all these things, just gloomed by that. Just, nothing else, except following this, kind of completely covered by this. But you see, by Buddha, you see, never give up. So sentient beings, even for 1 second, and then all these incredible, manifesting these whole objects that we unbelievable, karma we have, So every time when we look at them, we collect that much merit, numberless great merit, you see, like that. They're making often all those numbers are. So anyway, every day, you see, and in our life, unbelievable how, fortunate. So this completely, it's due to Buddha's power, why we able to collect so much merit, cause of happiness, purify mind so much. Every time when we see them, so completely, Buddha's power, so that, see, and develop this from compassion that was generated even before Bodhisattva, before Bodhicitta realization of compassion that generated for us all, see. And then, see, that lead, that met to a realization of Bodhicitta, then, you see, so, all the complete infinite qualities of Holy Body, Holy Spirit, complete the whole collective merit for 3 countless great eons, bear so much hardships, collective merit, fall path, and then achieving enlightenment for us, only for us. So anyway, so all this due to see Buddha's power, that is how just able to affect us. So So in the case of Metteyya statue, the 500 feet large, while large, here you can understand that bigger means more sentient beings can see. Bigger means more sentient beings can see people all over the world. But I can see the Japanese in Bodh Gaya, the statue, stone statue made by Japanese organization. You see, you see how many people go to see that statue, because after they since the statue came in existence by the Japanese group organization bill, every day, how many people come to see, make offering, prostrate, bow down. So they create a cause of enlightenment, so many ways. So by exercising that statue causes the organization by making the statue causes every day all these hundreds, thousands of people that each time they bow down, those Indian, I saw the Indian people, they come, they bow down, they put the palms together and they respect Buddha, bow down. So each time when they do that, they create a cause of enlightenment, by the way, liberation from samsara, happiness, which are all those things you see. The circumambulate, make offering. So each time when they see, every day 100,000, when they see, so everyone collect, those merit what the Buddha himself explained in the sutra. So it's how much good karma they collect and purify the mind. Purify the mind. That, as I mentioned, sutra, the king of the concentration. That even one look at the drawing of the Buddha, done on the stone wall, out of anger. Even one look at the drawing of Buddha that is done on the stone wall out of anger. It causes gradually to see 10 millions of Buddha. It causes to see gradually 10 millions of Buddha. So like that. So what is saying? What is saying that it purifies the mind. What is saying that it purifies so much defilement in karma, and then you see plant seed of enlightenment. And plant seed of enlightenment. It doesn't mean you achieve enlightenment without exercising path. It doesn't mean that. Which it includes. You see, the plant seed of all the realizations of path of enlightenment. Plant seed of enlightenment includes the whole realization, whole path. So you see, what happens is that then the near future, that person, you see, even the paintings of Buddha done on the wall out of anger, not with the pure mind, out of anger, if you look at. But the object is so powerful. What it does to the mental condition of that person is that, purify the defilements in the plant seed of enlightenment is all the realization path. Then, near future, that person is able to actualize, part of bodhisattvas, the power mind part of merit, Then, as I explained before, the great part of merit, then see numberless Buddhas, you see the Nimanakaya, then later, then Sambodhakaya, and by achieving iron path. Then you see, then you mentally, then you become one. You mentally you become all the Buddha. You achieve all the Buddha. You see, when you become enlightened. So, so in this quotation, Buddha explained. Even one look at picture of Buddha, the drawing of the Buddha that's done on stone out of anger, and it makes gradually to see 10 millions of Buddha. But what it includes, the commentary behind is all that, and then ultimately it's enlightenment. See, so anyway, so this is what that the Japanese organization is that who build it, so offer. You see, to and so every day who come, 100,000 people come to see, so giving that much, you see, numberless great merit, you see, just by seeing statues to all those sentiments, and then near future is able to exercise path, able to change their mind. Even the change doesn't change the mind immediately there, but in near future, you see, change their mind, and then able to have realization from that seed, you see. So now here, so bigger means the more sentient beings from all over the world able to see, and so that gives the so all this same, so many sentient beings for how many millions of years it will start to last. Then you see, every day, how many, you see, tens of thousands of people come to then say liberate, say purify, say negative karma, save them from the lower realm, and then so this conclusion they bring everyone to enlightenment. Like that, liberate every day, tens of thousands, so many sentient beings just becoming say like that. So the reason why I came to this subject was talking about the power mantra, why this came to this whole object. It was because I was talking the power mantra. There was that so therefore for oneself, for the benefit of, for say for your own benefit and for others, other sentient, the benefit for other sentiments to collect, extend, merit, and purify their mind. So therefore, it is a therefore it is extremely good that if one can afford, if one has the means, can afford center or meditation center, or even one's own house, to have many holy objects as possible. The picture of Buddha or statue, stupas, so this, those powerful mantras that are able to see. You can see, and many other sentient beings who come, you can see, get purified. They're saved from the lower realms. So maybe except bathroom. Bathroom may be a little bit difficult. Perhaps maybe all the smells and things like that. Anyway, so maybe not so respectful, but anyway. So you see, outside, inside house. So wherever you go, you can see wherever you go, you can see Buddha. You can see holy object and purify mind, and collect this. As I mentioned before, unconscious marriage, all you see gives you opportunity. Inside house, outside house, wherever you go, always bringing closer to enlightenment yourself and other people in the house, people coming from outside. Even they're not Buddhist, even they're not interested, but they see these whole objects. So, yeah, and then the whole objects, stupas, they just walk around. Even they don't have a knowledge, understanding, of the whole object benefits. Even they don't have faith, but just gives opportunity to for them to achieve enlightenment, like that. You see, so that in America, where I live, there are two main big rooms has the whole wall filled with tsatsa. Tsatsa wasn't made by me. All the tsatsas wasn't made by me. I think one who has been making extensive offering for a long time. She made 300,000 tsatsa. I think she was a abbess of one Chinese nunnery for I don't know how many years, for a long time. She was abbess. Then somehow she left. She I think resigned, and then by meeting us, then she was. I think she got very drawn to Tibetan Buddhism. She wasn't. Yeah. She practiced Tibetan, but I think she must have a strong karma anyway from past. So I think 300,000. That's what she did before she came to stay at the Abdul's house. This is what she did before staying by Sapapani, you see, land mission Buddha. But every day she made tsatsa. I think now it's been much more. I think every day. There's a few meditation Buddha, Mitupa tsatsa, and a few stupas. And besides making all those water offerings, she has to make these tsatsas. And now she become expert in the tsatsa workshop. She has all the tools and makes very good the big ones, small ones, and gold leaf and all that thing. So anyway, so these few stupa and few mitupa, that is the Nipaje. So every time person died who died, so when I receive, so say make a list in the tsatsa house. So all the people died. There is name. So then make this few stupa and few mitupa tsatsa. But that's to carry on every day. Then whenever the names comes, then that includes that. But anyway, to carry on that. So since there's opportunity to carry on that, to purify the karmas, to help so people who whose names are sent who died, you see, like that, and then so anyway, so the all those satsas are hard, hard satsas. So it also helps in this way. It helps with the satsas. When you make so many satsas, there's a problem. How to say? You see, unable to find place to keep it. If there's not such a house, if there's no stupa, where you can put satsa inside, you see, like a kapan where Kishalama going to help to build this large, stupa where all the satsas can go in. So there's also a difficult place, where to keep it. So this way it also helps, using in the, to put on the walls to make offering, not for decoration, but to make extensive offering. So this way it helps also person who met those people who met a lot of satsas. Then they have no problem of as a place, keeping satsas. So anyway, there are many full of pictures, Buddha and satsas. So the idea, is, of course, I do only when I can remember. But the idea is to do, when you enter the room, then you put the palms together. Then you prostrate to all the, every in each portal there's so many hundreds, thousands in each portal. It's like magic field or so anyway, so idea is to put palm like this, to all the whole objects, like this around. So if there's 100, if there's if there's let's say 500,000 whole objects there, then by processing like this, you created within that few seconds, you created 500,000 cause of enlightenment, liberation from samsara, and happiness, future life. And then the 10 benefits you achieve 10 benefits by processing like this to the Buddha. So the last one is enlightenment, liberation and enlightenment. The last two, but the rest. Maybe I'll explain when I explain the prostration more details. So the 10 benefits, you see, the temporal benefit, the ultimate benefits, and the realizations. You see, so how many pictures, statue Buddha day? So that means number. You see, you create, 10 benefits like that, including liberation and enlightenment. So that many times number. How many whole object days in the room? So like that. Within a few seconds, you see, like that. So. And when people come, there's a regulation as a regulation for them that generate bodhicitta motivation first, and then offer incense and prostrate incense by thinking every single whole object there is one's own guru, by thinking one's own guru, who you better say. Then with that mindfulness, then you think I'm prostrating, circumambulating, and making offering incense like that. So 3 things. So anyway, then attempt to dedicate marriage. then the in the house there are many light. There are many light offerings. There are many light in the rooms in the building. So each light, above each light, there's each light above each light there's a guru's picture. The gurus from whom I received initiation teachings, commentaries. So above each light, the different gurus, the picture. So the idea is every night when you turn on the lights, so naturally to become light offering. So of course, we won't remember all the time to make offering, but if you have a picture there, then it's easy to remember. So from each light, you see. So how many number of lights there? Didn't tell me. I see. If they have 5,000 light offering, or 10,000 light offering, so then within that second, as you put on, you create 10,000. Say, heart of enlightenment and liberation from same. All those result, you achieve from each light offering. What is Christmas light offering, or what those big light, from each light. So that. So going back to the mantra, so the Namjalma has this unbelievable has power to purify. So I received the Namjalma mandala, the protection. So because it has all this unbelievable power benefit. So God if you have Namjalma mantra in the house, then the same, everybody who live in the house get blessed, they need karmas get purified, and even the shadow, of the house, whom you will touch, whom insects or people whom you will touch, they need karmas get purified. So so to have a lot of, to have many of those in the car, at the stick in the ceiling of the car, or in the somewhere you put a lot of those. So this way, it has same benefit as those others. All the people who comes in the car always to get purified. Then it comes to get purified. That is blessing. Then when you drive cars, so many insects get killed. You see, so many insects they jump. They get crushed on the window, by the wind. Window can come this way, then car goes. So many get crushed. So at least they die, they get killed, but at least by touching the car, which is Namjalma mantra, so at least you see the karma get purified. you see, by touching the car, at least then it karma get purified. And the those who get crushed on the window and those insects on the road, so goes into the car, or you see those who get those insects get crushed by the car. So at least they need karma get purified. You see, even they get killed. So they so that's a great benefit. Now, there's so much blessing by having the mantra in the car as many as possible. Like that. So it is. It doesn't mean because you have the mantra inside the car that you must drive with a lot of worms. It's not saying that. It's not. But you see, without knowing, when you drive so fast, and without knowing, you see, if they die, you see, to get benefit. At least they get benefit. You see, purifying karma. You see that. So so it is very good that this Chinese person who is working for Mitchell Project, as he's planning, what he thought to do to put in the into the ocean, to bless the water and to purify all those sin limits living in the water. So that anyway, to first the mantra should be correct one, because many texts has mantra, but many times they have mistakes. So it should be correct one. However, carve the wood or whatever material, rubber or zinc, and then you see, and I think it's very good. Make a large, can be made inside. Then you make a hole. You see, then you tie with the ropes. Then you sail the boat. You sail the boat over the ocean. You see, go around. And you see, you put a mantra, whatever size, in the ocean. Then you can sail the boat to go around. And this is, I think, extremely. You might also enjoy this, side scenario or the entertainment, but also it blesses the whole water and purifies those numberless sentiments in the water. So anyway, it's just an idea how to benefit. Sentient beings. Not only people but also those animals living in the water, living on the ground. You see, like that. So what I was, the very beginning, what I was trying to say is that by going back, that even the scientists, you see, say, it can be interesting question that that in this world, why there's why the number of human beings so little? Why the number of human beings, so little? But in say, the say, number of the other living beings, fish in the water, all the different types, numberless. All the different types, numberless, uncountable in the water. And the flies on the ground, flies, uncountable number, those tiny flies live in the grass, those tiny ones live in the grass, ants, numberless, on one mountain, on one spot, much more than one spot, much more the number of people, living in the town or the city, on one spot, nest, you see, something like that, this much. And so that, that if a fruit or animal or person, without, maybe in a very cold place, maybe it doesn't happen, but without chemicals, nothing. So if the body is left there, if the body is buried in the ground or left there, then immediately inside, the worm, make it, immediately the whole body get filled with maggots, or one fruit, they left out, get without putting in a refrigerator like that, then full of worms. So easy and so many, so easy to be in so many. So, however, whenever the condition, even inside the stomach, even inside our stomach, whenever this condition, the worms, they get born there. Those ones, when there's round, they get a small, but when they stretch out, anyway. And the small white ones in the caca, in the caca, those small white ones. So many. Anyway, wherever there's a condition, that's just so like that. But a human being, and this earth, very very little number, like that. Perhaps you might say, human being can't give one time, many hundred birds. Perhaps, that would be the first answer, But why human being can't give 100 birds? Why not? So, the babies can be small babies, and come out 100 babies. Why not? and then grow. You see, then why not? So anyway, so what I was saying before. So you see, there's definitely a reason why human beings are less than all other beings. So easy to reincarnate in so many numberless, So definitely, you see, I think if you ask one question, two questions, I think it will be difficult. As long as there is no, as long as you see, it doesn't come to the subject of reincarnation and karma. As long as it doesn't come to that point, I think it will be very difficult to answer. And then after some time, it will be, you see, or be able to give an answer. So that. So, say, so generally, just to be human being is so rare, so difficult, because the cause of that has to be pure morality. Now, because why is it rare? Because the cause of that has to be pure morality practiced before. And now there's so in the Lama Tsongkhapa's Lamrim, that mentioned that if there's argument like this, argument was say, by practicing, for example, 5 lay vows, and if by practicing 5 lay vows, you can achieve, the higher birth, perfect human body. I'm not sure, I don't remember 100%. Just a human body, or perfect human body, then why you need to take full ordination? If you can, by taking 5 labor or the you see the lower ordination, you see, if you can receive, I think maybe perfect human body. I'm sure. Well, then why you need to take the full ordination? You see, like the gallons 253 vows, full ordination. Why you need to do full ordination? If you can get, you see, there's some debate there. Then you see, the Lama Zopa emphasized that I think to receive the body, which is the 8 ripening aspect, 8 ripening qualities, I think need, you see, I think the cause, you see, everything emphasized the full ordination. I think something like that. I'll check in, but there's some debate like that. Why you need to take high ordination, full ordination, if you can, by taking, law of precepts, lay out of that, you can save, devil humility, but I think humility, or perfect humility, something like that. So, some emphasize quite a bit, emphasize the need to take the full ordination. So for the I think the 8 naminji and then so the human body, which is 8 qualities, things about but I will check it. However, that so so the perfect human body qualified 8 freedom tendencies, the 8 ripening qualities. Lama Zopa highly emphasized to achieve this, to create the cause of these 8 qualities of a human body, 8 ripening qualities, and and then with this human body qualified with 8, which is 8 qualities, then you see you can have a great success development in actualizing the path. And then until you achieve the 8 qualities, you can't have great success to have realization. You see what path to enlightenment. So mentioned in the hymns of the experience of path with Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And then Lama Zopa emphasizes that therefore you see. So to create the cause of these 8 qualities, and then so then emphasize, I think, after continuously, say, to practice compassion, perfect, which is perfected in the 4 powers, remitted 4 powers. So continuously means every day. you see, through this practice, cherish this, do this practice, purification, the compassion perfected with the for remedy power. So, so it is. Say, so however, basic things, the practice of the protecting the karma, protecting ourselves from the negative karma, living the morality. So that become the foundation. The way foundation for the happiness, future life. Happiness, the good birth, especially perfect image birth. Those and the basis for realizations. To achieve perfect meditation, shamatha, karma abiding, to complete 9 stages, and then to achieve the fully characterized or the similar, the karma abiding, the realization. Then the main cause of that success is living in the pure morality or pure life. So, so without that, then cannot achieve, cannot complete the realization. So, so without the karma abiding meditation, then then you can't achieve the great insight. So without that, that is the preliminary great insight. Is the preliminary for the exalted path, the wisdom directly perceiving emptiness, the rising path of meditation, where you actually remove cease the delusions. So, so in Lamrichemo, the sutra, Dembapo Liu, sutra, the chapter of the truthful one, and the Tenabhumi Sutra so explained the two results, two suffering results of each of these need karma. They say, the experiencing result similar to cause. So 2 results explained to each of the 10 virtuous action. Each one, each complete karma has 4 suffering results, but the experiencing result similar to cause, which is experienced, possessive result, experiencing result similar to cause, and creating result similar to cause of these 3, which are experienced in the human realm. Which is experienced on the human body, and the rapid aspect result, the rebirth in the lower realm, So experience is the ultimate cause. You see, of each karma, that is the two results. So in these sutras, the chapter of the truthful one, then Tenabhumi Sutra. So, for example, by completing negative karma, by completing the negative karma, say, by completing the negative karma of killing. So how it becomes negative karma? It didn't become negative karma from the side of the action. It didn't become negative karma from the side of the action of killing. And because there's a killing, because there's action killing, which is virtue. So from the action, see, taking over somebody's life, separating consciousness from body. See, see. So just from that, doesn't become negative karma. Just alone from that. So that becomes negative karma because it's done with self-cherishing thought. Self-cherishing thought. Then also there can be, how to say, out of ignorance or or out of anger, attachment. That these delusions. So, however, that so ripened aspect result, the negative karma having done killing, whether it's in a human being or insects. Even tiniest insects, as long as a sentient being, they're having mind. That say, completely negative karma, which has base object, the sentient being, and then thought, and then total killing, and then, as I mentioned before, the self-cherishing thought, those are the those are the motivations. Then action, then goal. You die. I said the other sentient being died before you died. If other sentient being died, died after, goal is that as being died before you die. So if it's after, I think it is not complete. I think a text not complete something. It has to die. If it died before you died, then it's completed. So ripened aspect rebirth in the lower realm, the hell lower realm. Then the experience and results of the cause. You see, you receive harm from others as you gave harm in the past to others. How you treat others, then you are treated by others. Later, when you become a human being, you are born a human being due to another good karma, but then in that life, you experience the suffering results of those other previous negative karma. So that's why in the human realm, why we have so much problems, why we experience so much trouble, sicknesses and so forth, so many problems. Not everything that we that not everything that we have created the cause in this life. There can be some karmas created in this life, and you experience the problem, the karma result in this life. But much of it from created in the past, then experienced in this on this human body. So, so it is said even experience the results may cause two types. So that from the need karma of killing, even one is born a human being, then one experience shortage life. One experience shortage life. Then so many sicknesses. So many sicknesses. So those one can see from this quotation sutra a result of killing, need karma of killings. So I think including diabetes. Anyway, so two types, experience and the ultimate cause. Need karma of killing that you experience in human life, in the human life is. So I say that I say. That medicines don't have a protein, power to, to able to, even you eat medicine, they don't have a power to heal the sicknesses. And the food doesn't protein. And even you eat food, you see, it turn out for unhealthy, can't digest food. Then it becomes, can't digest food, unable to digest. Then, so digestion problems come from the killing. Negative past come of killing, you see. And then food become, you see, a condition for sicknesses. So that, then the possess result, that is the where when when one gets born human being, then that time where one gets born or where one live, the place is very dusty, very kind of depressed place, kind of very unhappy place, very dusty place like that. Yeah. Then the creating results means the cause. That's another one that experience in the human, in the human realm. The experience and the creating results means the cause of the need karma of killing. So again, later when one is born human being, again in that life, you engage again in the same need karma of killing, which is the habituation of the past need karma of killing. As a result of that, see. So that so that means the creating results similar to the cause again engage in the karma of killing. So that complete negative karma produces again 4 suffering result. One of them is the creating result from the cause. You see, you do again, in the when you're born a human being, do another good karma. Then again you do the same thing, killing. Then you produce again 4 suffering result. See that negative karma creating results from the cause produces 4 suffering result again. So goes on and on like that. If one doesn't do anything, if one doesn't purify that negative karma, or if one doesn't purify that negative karma, and if one doesn't live in vow, morality, abstaining from that, doesn't change one's action, doesn't purify the previous karma, negative karma, you see. So then there's no so like that. The suffering result become endless because creating results from the cause again, you see, comes as a result. So the the suffering result, the negative karma, see, suffering result which comes from negative karma, one time negative karma killing. You see, that produces one time negative karma killing, which is complete one, produce 4 suffering result. So one of these creating results from the cause that produce 4 suffering result. So again, one of these creating results from the cause. So like this. So you see, from one negative karma, from one complete negative karma killing, the suffering result is endless, goes on and on and on and on without end. So if you don't purify at all, if we don't change our attitude and action, you see, live in morality, abstinent from killing. So, like that, in one time negative karma killing, which is a complete one, makes suffering result endless. So we have to meditate, and we have to realize, and we have to meditate. Realize in this way, you see, how the effects, the one negative karma, one time negative karma, say, killing. If you don't, if you don't renounce it, if you don't abandon that, even it's just one, you see, even it's just one negative karma, if you don't abandon to what happened, you see, what it affects from life to life. So the one has to experience the result of that, suffering result, that end, you see, without end, goes on and on, you see, like that. So, see, so therefore, so to put this way, in this life, from one negative karma of complete negative karma of killing, it has suffering result. Because affects life to life. So without end, you see, goes on like that. This analysis we're talking just from one negative karma. This analysis, suffering result that goes on and on from one negative karma in this life. But then you see, now, how many times done negative karma of killing in this life. So we have to analyze karma like this. Meditate, you see, meditate. How many times done the karma of killing? You see, completing the karma. How many times done? So now, from each one, it's like that. The suffering result is endless. It's because of creating results of the cause, the habituation. Creating results of the cause, which is habituation of the past and the karma. So this one, you see, this one is so harmful, this creating results of the cause, you see. And see, so now, if we live, say, for example, today, say, by taking advanced precepts, for example, we so by taking precepts to not kill, by taking precepts to not kill, even one day, even for 1 hour. So this completed good karma has also a result for happiness. The rapid aspect result, rebirth, the border of the happy transmigrated being Deva human realm. You see, rapid aspect result. Then you see, it is a positive result, a very beautiful place. Opposite to that, opposite to the positive result of the karma of killing. Then you have a long life, no sicknesses, no sicknesses. You see, so mostly you see, you have a healthy life, very healthy life, and long life, like that. You see, so mostly healthy life. All those are the experiencing result to the similar cause of living in the morality, abstaining from killing. So all the part, the healthy life and the long life. Then same food, everything become very healthy. Food as a medicine, everything no side effect, no has a power, beneficial for for health, things that. So again here, then you see there's a creating result similar to cause. Again, because this life practice morality, so that helps the future lives also to be able to practice morality. So that affects life to life. You see, the happiness. So we have to understand also that. You see, and the completion of karma of the sexual misconduct, then that is for suffering result, rapid aspect result, rebirth in the lower realm, and then 3 are experienced in the human realm. Later, due to another good karma, when you're born a human being, and that realm experience, the possessed result place, very dirty place, very filthy, dirty, very smelly, unhygienic place. You see, out of such a place born, and then somehow have to live in such a place, life, or even time to time we have to pass through such a dirty place, bad, smelly, filthy, somehow we have to go through that. So even that 1 hour, or even that short time experience of such a dirty, filthy, smelly place, even that short time, still that is a result of past karma conduct. So here, like that. Then experiencing the results of the cause, what we experience when we say in the human realm later, that is, see, that the surrounding people in the family or in the office, the surrounding people, servants, or the surrounding people, you see, people around oneself in the family or at the office or whatever, they all bother you, disturb your mind. You see, what they don't do according to your wishes. They do opposite to one's wishes. They're against one's wishes, and so you can't really trust them. You see, and the wife or the husband, you see, do not have the same wish as you have. So the opposite, thinking opposite to one's wish, compared to against. So like that. So then that, of course, then that brings disharmony and there's so much quarrel and fight, and then you see, so many problems. Due to that. So that's the experiencing the results of the cause. You see, the past need karma of such conduct. And then creating results from the cause, and then that is again, and next life, when after some time one is born a human being again, then due to past habit, sexual conduct, then engaging again that life. So again, same. Then produce false suffering result. Then there's creating results from the cause within that. So again, produce false suffering. So again, this one that comes of sexual conduct, then result done in this life. There's one that comes of sexual conduct, complete one. Then the false suffering result is continuous, like that, goes on and on without end. So one have to experience all those suffering from life to life without end. Without end. Without end. Like that. From this one need karma. One, see. You see, we're just talking about the karmic result, you see. There's ongoing experience, suffering result from this one, the conduct that is done, you see, this life, from that one. Then, you see, then, of course, as I mentioned before, then there's all the ongoing suffering result from each certain conduct that is done, how many times done in this life. So like that, you see, and then I said, then we should meditate also, that these need karmas, not only done this life, but we have to remember numberless times we have done in past lives, from beginningless rebirth, which we haven't finished, which we haven't purified, and which we haven't finished experiencing, and which we haven't purified yet. So there are so many from beginningless rebirth which we haven't finished experiencing, which haven't purified. So much left to be you see, experienced in the future, you see. So then here, so we can see now practice of purification, how it is an emergency, need powerful, intensive purification, all the time, every day, and then need to change our attitude and our need to change our attitude and its action. So the other solution is two solutions: to stop experiencing all those suffering results, purify the past karma. That's one solution. Other solution is to live in the morality, abstaining from this, change one's own action. So so in these days, we start. So therefore, we started this tradition from Kapan. During the 1 month course, last 2 weeks taking 8 minor precepts. So this helped so much. This tradition started from Kapan, last 2 weeks taking 8 minor precepts. That's become unbelievable, incredible benefit, protection for life. Not only this life, peace and happiness, freedom, but all these coming future lives is unbelievable peace and happiness. Can imagine that in a life to life. You see, then as a result, enlightenment. Because it's taken with the Bodhicitta motivation. So this really, I think this thing has, taking admired precepts. This practice have been well spread or done everywhere. Individually practicing, some student taking this, few times in each month, or like that, or many times taking I think I remember a few years ago I mentioned. What did I say? I remember a few years ago mentioned that at least each month the students should take advanced precepts at least I think at least 2 times a month, something like that. Is that? Huh? At least 2 times in a month. I think it's mentioned that a few years ago at the mental, probably. I think maybe announced that. However, I think individual. However, this is practiced so well spread in the organization, and individually, many students individually, they take and again, at the centers as a group taking the advanced precepts, which started from the Kapan course, you see. Learning this from Kapan course, and then start all of the from the centers. I guess almost every center, I think. So this helps. Even the other times, so one is unable to practice morality, but you see, but during Kapan course, the last 2 weeks taking my precepts, or in the West at the centers, when there's courses or special days taking at my precepts as group, I think it's become the best refuge protection. For all those coming future lives, protection, protect from suffering, and have all those peace and happiness, success, so that. So now here, with this way of meditating on the karma, this way of analyzing karma, we can. So now here we can see, to stop one negative karma is it's incredible profit to oneself. Happiness from life to life. Otherwise, if you do it, then the suffering result from life to life, without end. So, but if you abstain from that, then you stop all those ongoing suffering result from life to life without end. So all this is the benefit. So now you can see not only peace and happiness in this life for oneself by living in this morality, but you are giving peace and happiness. You are making preparation, all those coming future lives into peace and happiness, to not have those sufferings. So like that. And then not this is concerning one's own happiness. But then here you see how many morality precepts is taken. You stop there are many harm to other sentient beings. So you stop that many harm to sentient beings. So that means you're giving that many peace and happiness to numberless sentient beings. Because you make a vow on the object of sentient beings, you may vow to not kill, to not steal, certain conduct, so forth. So therefore, stop harming to numberless sentient beings. You see, so they are receiving, so much peace and happiness from you. So that. So now here you can see, on the basis of what I explained before, how things come from the mind. Every moment, state of your mind, happy or unhappy, pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling, it came from the label what you put on the object. You see, you see, by your mind, you see. So what you see, what you hear, what you smell, all these, bad, good, whatever it is, all these can say, all these say, what is it labeled by your mind, so it came from our mind, you see. Then after that, then you get pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling. So, happy mind. happy mind or unhappy mind, you see, because it affects you, comes from your mind, then you see like this, you create and it affects back to your mind. So therefore, more positive label you put in your life, more positive label you put, that means you have more happiness. You have more peace in your heart, more happiness. More negative label you put on you see, by your mind, then you see more negative things, and then you have more unhappy mind. Then the other one I mentioned, you see, the long run evolution, how everything come from, you see, besides the 7 results, then all these forms, sounds, material, in the daily life, how it came from one's mind, consciousness, and karma, and ignorance. So now here is more details. So now here is involved same description, talking the same description but more details. It's still talking. It came from your mind. When we go through the 10 virtuous actions, karma. So karma is your. So all these suffering results and happiness all come from. One is come from the good karma, abstaining from killing, abstaining from certain conduct, and so forth. All the result happiness. Future lives. In the future lives, people in the office, people in the at home, everybody, they wish. Everybody they think same way as you think, harmonized to your wishes, and everybody is very supportive to you. And the other companion, husband, wife, he was think exactly the same as you, and see, always harmonize to your wishes and supportive. So wherever you are, so people like that, then very harmonious, so much peace and happiness. Like a one person, the way of thinking, like that. And they say, and then always very clean, beautiful place. So those places which we are enjoying now, clean, very beautiful place, that which what we experience in this life, those part is a result of past good karma, live the morality, abstaining from sexual conduct, like that. Then future lives, again, is a practice of morality, abstaining from sexual conduct, like that. So all those happiness which one experience life to life, so all come from one's own good karma, which is one's own as semba lekitsin. So semba came from the mental factor intention, which comes with the principal consciousness harmonized. Is the 5 ways harmonized. Object, similar object, or in the essence, or there. Anyway, remember everything now. So the 5 omnipresent. Anyway, this one of the 5 mental factors is one of them that always accompanies with the principal consciousness and the functions on the same object. similar time, similar object, similar essence. Aspect. One is aspect. Yeah. So all this so came from also say all this result happiness came from the good karma, which is the also mind, the mental factor, intention, so that and all those suffering results, which I mentioned, the result of the karma came from what say the innate karma, which is also what's a mental factor, the intention. So then the root is the ignorance. Root is the ignorance. So again, all this came from the ignorance. You see like that. So that didn't come from outside. It came from one's mind like that. So this is the way to meditate in the section of this karma. So like that. The effective way to meditate. 다게 진예사베 개와데 난 로와고나 캄반은 개버지 졸로 산타와 덴베 닝보린도 those who are experiencing in everyone's heart, and the officials of mainland Chinese government in all their hearts, bodhicitta to be generated without delay in second. Then in the hearts of all the sentient beings without delay in second, and those who have generated may be increase. Immediately appeared to Bajapani, and they were completely saved and free from danger. And then all the food and shelter and whatever they need is, and see, and see, wisdom, understand what's right and wrong. They one of the main suffering is ignorance. So that then helping they receive whatever they want. All the burning iron house become a celestial mansion, and all the fire burning place, all the fire ground, burning iron ground, all become like pure land, the lapis lazuli ground, in a blissful place, which is all the beauties and most purest enjoyment. So all the weapons become flowers like that. And then so everyone received whatever they need. Then all this enjoyment. So all each realm, all the 6 realms sentient their place become pure land. Pure land of jealousy, Potala, pure land, which is purest enjoyment, no suffering. Then all this enjoyment cause them, to actualize path with the wisdom, and sees all the departments. They all become jealousy. Every helping becomes jealousy. Every hungry ghost becomes jealousy. Every animal becomes jealousy. Every human becomes jealousy. Every sura becomes jealousy. Asura becomes jealousy. Intimacy becomes jealousy. Everyone becomes jealousy. So one rejoice. That's it. It's how wonderful it is that I have enlightened all the sentiments and the essence of jealousy. And also very good to rejoice. It's also very good to rejoice today's merit in living 8 minor precepts. How how wonderful it is, how fortunate I am, rejoice that I able to practice, able to live in the eight mind precepts. Collected so much merit, and then all the merit that is collected by generating motivation, bodhicitta, and then meditating on Lamrim, as well as doing meditation with deity and reciting mantra, so much it comes purified. Collect so much merit, all these things. Planting the seed of enlightenment by reading by doing Lamrim prayer, planting the seed of the whole path of enlightenment. So by doing prostrations, they haven't practiced the Guru Puja, that so much merit collected, purification. So rejoice. How fortunate I am that I'm able to do today all these practices. Okay? So by rejoicing, doubled up all the merits. So that so due to all the past present future merits collected by 3 times about this. Whatever happens in my life from now on, whether I'm happy, unhappy, healthy, unhealthy, whether one has cancer, whatever doesn't have cancer, and then whether one receive criticism from others, whether one receive praise from others, whether one is living, whether one is dying, poor or rich, gain, loss, whatever life I experience, even I get reborn in the hell realm, whatever happens to me, from now on, all my life experience and all my actions, walking, all my actions, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing job, whatever, all these may be most beneficial, may become most beneficial to all sentient beings. May it become most beneficial to all the sentient beings. Whatever I do, whatever life experience from now on, whatever action I do from now on, may it become most beneficial to all the sentient beings. That which causes all sentient beings to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. Most beneficial means which causes all sentient beings, causing all whatever life experience from now on, whatever action I do, you see, to become most beneficial, which is causing all sentient beings to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. May it become cause, say, all sentient beings to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible by myself being enlightened. Due to all the past, present, future merits collected by me, 3 times merits collected by others, may I able to offer scarce benefit to a sentient being, teaching Buddha like Lama Zopa, by having the same quality within me as a Lama Zopa has from now on in all my future lifetimes. Due to all the past, present, future merits collected by me, 3-time merits collected by others, while it is existing, that which is empty, and that which is non-existent, empty from its own side. May the I, while it is existing, that which is non-existent, empty from its own side. May the achieve genesis enlightenment, which exists. So while it is existing, that which is totally non-existent, empty from its own side. Lead all the sentient beings, while they're existing, that they are totally non-existent, empty from their side. To that enlightenment, genesis enlightenment, while it is existing, that which is totally non-existent, empty from the side. By myself alone, while it is existing, that which is totally non-existent, empty from its own side. I dedicate all the merits to be able to follow holy extensive teaching Buddhas as they realize this. I dedicate all the merits to be in the same way as 3-time Buddha Sava dedicated merits. And general teaching Buddha, particular teaching Lama Zopa, general teaching Buddha, particular teaching Lama Zopa, may it be spread in all the directions, may it be flourished forever in this world. And by completely actualizing with one's heart, one's family members, and all of us here, and in the hearts of all the student benefactors in this organization, spirituals give their life to the organization, to our service to send the meditation Buddha in their hearts, without delay in a second. Sheji Jawo Zanga Vejudo Nambaram Bewa Dangi Tsama Shiva Dang Tunji Amalu Zangwara Shu Dādāng shīnjī tūsum dāng tēvē sūnyē lā tēnē jāwā lōsam tāpā tēmbā yōrē āmbā yōrō. Good morning or good night. Still too early.